হ্যাঁ, we'll get started with the prayers. Om Ajnanatimirandhasya Shadakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Nama Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Presthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharine निर्विशेषशून्यवादी पाश्चात्यादेशतारिणे जय श्रीकृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानन्द श्री अद्वैता गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौरभक्तवृन्द हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे जन्तं राम रामेति मधुरं मधुराक्षरम् आरुह्य कविताशाखां वन्दे वाल्मीकिकोकिलं वाल्मीकिर्मुनिसिंहस्य कवितावनचारिणः शृण्वन् रामकथानादं कौनयाते परां गतिं वेदवेद्ये परिपुंसे जाते दशरथात्मजे वेदः प्राचेतसादासीत् साक्षात् रामायणात्मना अञ्जनानन्दनं वीरं जानकीशोकनाशनं कपीशमक्षहन्तारं वन्दे लङ्काभयङ्करम् मनोजवं मारुततुल्यवेगं जितेन्द्रियं बुद्धिमतां वरिष्ठं वातात्मजं वानरयूथमुख्यं श्रीरामदूतं शिरसा नमामि आञ्जनेयपदिपाटनालनं काञ्चनाद्रिकमनीयविग्रहं पारिजाततरुमूलवासिनं भावयामि पवमाननन्दनं यत्र यत्र रघुनाथकीर्तनं तत्र तत्र कृतमस्तकाञ्जलिं बाष्पवारि परिपूर्णलोचनं मारुतिं नमत राक्षसान्तकम् जयत्राशतसन्त्रासध्वान्तविद्वांसनोदयाः प्रभावान् सीतया देव्या परमव्योमभास्करः श्रीराम राम रामेति रमे रामे मनोरमे सहस्रनाम तत्तुल्यं श्रीराम नाम वरानने. Yeah, thank you, Rachna Mataji, for that nice message. So, hope you all had a very nice Rama Navami celebration at the temple and at your homes. So, we are continuing to see Sundara Kanda today, and Sundara Kanda is considered as the most crucial portion of the entire Ramayana, where Hanuman goes and sees Sita and then goes and tells Ram Sita is found. And it is considered very beautiful. Everything in this section is extremely beautiful. The chapter is beautiful, Ramchandra is beautiful, story is beautiful, Sita Devi is beautiful, Ashoka Vatika is beautiful. Beautiful is the entire poetry in the Sundarakanda, and what is not beautiful in the Sundarakanda, especially the beauty of Hanuman. He's beautiful inside out. So this entire Sundarakanda is nothing but a dedication to the glories of Hanuman. And also Sundarakand has the stories of all other kinds. So now here the entire Sundarakanda begins with a very beautiful analogy of how the jiva is compared the jiva is compared to Sita Devi. Actually, Sita and the jiva, they are not the same. Sita Devi very compassionately, she takes on the role of a jiva to show us by example. That's how we should understand. So Sita, she takes on the role of a Jiva, and the first verse tells us how this Jiva is stuck in this material world. And however, the great spiritual master, he comes in the Guru Parampara. Here Hanuman comes traveling in the sky, but whereas our Guru Vargas, they come holding the chain of disciplic succession, and they come and release us from this terrible condition that we are in. And then in the beginning of the Sundara Kanda, the flight of Hanuman is described. So Hanuman, he goes on to he goes on to Mahendragiri Parvat, and he gets ready to fly. And he takes position there, and the entire mountain is shaken up, and he takes off from there. There are five elements that are in the service of Hanuman. Hanuman faces three obstacles, and he gets over these three obstacles, and finally he enters Lanka. There he encounters Lankini, who is the visa officer there, and then she realizes that, in fact, Hanuman's arrival was predicted long time back by Brahma. So even she gives him permission to enter, and then he goes inside Lanka and he's trying to search for Sita in every nook and corner. There he comes across the great Vimana, which is the Pushpaka Viman, and he goes inside and he checks out if Sita was there. And then he finally gets entry into the palace. When he's looking out for Sita in the palace, he sees that so many different kinds of women were lying down on the floor and in different places of the palace. And finally, he spots the great bed on which Ravana was lying down. And he was thinking, oh, this Ravana, he's got everything. He's got strength, he's got fame, he's got beauty, he's got everything, but unfortunately, he has bad character. And because of that, he is suffering. Then Hanuman spotted a very, very beautiful woman who was sleeping on a bed that was very close to Ravan's bed. For a minute, he thought this should be Sita. So he kissed his tail and he went up and down the pillar thinking that he found something. But then he took a minute and he realized that actually he jumped into conclusions without proper analysis. So Hanuman, he teaches us in this section how one should have a calm mind, how one should think through the process and then take decisions. And he also teaches us through his actions that one should not easily get into depression because difficulties will come, things will get frustrating, but then one should hold on to the lotus feet of the Lord in full shelter and continue to persevere. And that is what Hanuman teaches us. And Hanuman was always fixed on the lotus feet of the Lord, and he was able to cross any such problems without getting frustrated. So that was a very large section of how Hanuman was analyzing his situation and trying to come out of depression. He even had thoughts of suicide, but then he consoled himself and he counseled himself to come out of such situations. Then finally, Hanuman spotted the Ashoka Vatika, and there he goes inside the Ashoka Vatika, and he climbs onto a Simshupa tree. And just before he enters the Ashoka Vatika, he makes a very beautiful prayer to Sita Devi, to Lord Ramachandra, hoping that she will reveal herself to him. Right. So then he enters the Ashok Vatika and he goes and takes his position in the Simshupa tree and he's waiting to catch a glimpse of Sita. That is when Sita, accompanied by many Rakshasi women, she comes there near the pond where there are many lotuses. And Hanuman was able to recognize her, though it was so hard to recognize her because she had lost so much weight. She had not been eating. She was looking very emaciated. Um, her natural effulgence was covered. So it was very hard for anyone to recognize that this is Sita. But Hanuman, with his intelligence, he could understand this must be definitely Sita. And he desired to talk to her. But however, when that entire night he spends, he's waiting for an opportunity to speak to her. But then early morning, who comes? Ravana comes. So Ravana comes and threatens her in various ways, and Sita gives very fitting advice to Ravana and sends him back. And Ravan, he tells the Rakshasas to torture Sita somehow or the other and bring her under his control. And that is when Trijata has a dream, and then she tells all these Rakshasis, "You're trying to eat her, you better eat yourselves. I saw a dream in which I saw Sita getting united with Ram, and both of them are going to be successful. The Vanaras are going to burn down Lanka, and Ravan, wearing black clothes, was going southern in the southern direction." And then the Rakshsis, they just held back. And in fact, Trijata told the Rakshsis, "Why don't you surrender to Sita?" But then the Rakshsis did not, because they thought, "For now, why should we surrender? There is no need." And they just kept quiet. And then the time went by, and it was again close to evening, and the night was setting in. At that time, Sita Devi, she was sitting under one Ashoka tree, holding on to the branch of the Ashoka tree, and she was lamenting in various ways. And she was calling out to Ram and Lakshman. And finally, she just decided, it's okay, enough of this life, because now Ravan has given me 2 month notice that I have to submit to him. So it is better I kill myself than get eaten by any of these demons. So she just holds on to a braid, her very long braid, and she decides to put that braid as a rope around her neck and hang from the nearby tree, which was the Simshupa tree. So, holding her braid like that, thinking of suicide, she started walking towards the Simshupa tree, and this is the tree where Hanuman was also sitting on. And Hanuman could understand by now that she has some intentions of suicide, because Hanuman was an expert in reading body language, and he could understand she was so dejected and so morose. And she was also holding her plate and assessing if she can actually hang herself. And Hanuman understood, no, the situation is not good. So while Sita was just sitting down dejected at that time, Hanuman slowly he started speaking the Ramayana. So initially he was thinking, how should I actually communicate with her? Should I just start speaking some Sanskrit verses? Then she will get alarmed. She might think it's Ravan who has come in the guise of a monkey, and he's trying to speak to me, because Ravan was, of course, a great Pandit. He knew a lot of Sanskrit and everything. So she would easily mistake him for Ravan. And also it would be inappropriate for a monkey to be speaking Sanskrit like that. Remember, Hanuman had taken the form of a small monkey. He was not the usual size Vanar that he was. So he had taken the form of a small monkey. So obviously Sita would be alerted. She'd be like, this is strange. And then he cannot speak in a monkey language, saying ki. It's not going to make any sense to Sita. It will not alert her. So he was thinking of various ways how he should begin the conversation. So he thought the best thing is to speak the Ramayana. So he begins speaking the Ramayana, not with the name of Ram initially. Of course, later he speaks the name of Ram, but initially he speaks the name of Dashrath, because he's very worried if he just says Ram as the first thing, immediately Sita might think, oh, what happened to Ram? Because after all, this is Lanka, and there's no good news for Ram in Lanka. So she would get extremely worried. So he didn't want her to react immediately in shock. So he begins starting the Ramayana with the name of Raja Dashratho Nama. So he starts with the name of Dashrath, because anyhow Dashrath has gone, he's left this world. So obviously Sita won't get worried, oh, what happened to him? So like that, the commentators explain why he starts like that. And this Vanar, who's in the form of a small monkey, or Hanuman, he begins reciting the Ramayana. So while he's reciting the Ramayana, Sita Devi is very, very surprised. She hears the short version of the Ramayana, and she is very curious. She doesn't understand if this is a dream or it is real. So what does she do? She looks down. She thinks, oh, Mother Bhumi is talking to her. And then she looks at the sides, thinking maybe Jatayu has come to relieve her from the pain or something. And then finally, with great difficulty, because her head is so used to turning downward, with very, very great difficulty and strain, and she looks up and she sees this monkey on the tree. So let's continue from here. This is where we have to continue today. So she saw this brownish monkey who was wrapped up in a white cloth, and he was trying to hide behind the branches of that Simshupa tree. And Sita was able to see a monkey behind those leaves. And she was so confused. She didn't understand anything. And she was losing her consciousness, not understanding what happened. And this Vanara slowly with folded hands, he tried to approach her. But Sita Devi at this point in time, she was thinking, surely it is a dream. This is not real. And she was just praying, I hope Ram and Lakshman are safe. Then Tamabraveen Mahateja Hanuman Marutatmaja Shirasi Anjali Madhya Sita Madhurya Gira. So Hanuman, who was very, very humble, he approached Sita from those branches. Actually, he was on a top branch. Slowly, he lowered himself and he came to a branch that is easily, accessible to her. He came to the lower branches. How did he come? He came with a very humble demeanor. And not only that, he was folding his palms. He was offering obeisances on his head like this. So it is said that that is one of the ways of paying obeisances to the Lord. You put your you put your hand over the head and you pay obeisances. So with his joint palms over his head, he was paying obeisances, and very, very gently he came down to the lower branches so that Sita could see him very clearly. And then he started speaking. He said, "Oh, lady, you have such beautiful eyes like lotus leaves, and you're wearing worn out silken cloth. So please tell me who you are. I see that tears of sorrow are slowly dripping down your eyes, just like how water drips out from lotus petals. Why is it that so? Why are you feeling so morose? Why are you crying? सुराणामसुराणां च नागगन्धर्वराक्षसां यक्षाणां किन्नरां च का त्वं भवसि शोभने." So he asked, "Hey, Shobhani, oh beautiful one, who are you? Are you some Sura or are you Asura? Are you Naga or Gandharva? Or are you a Rakshasa or are you a Yaksha? Are you a demigod? Are you a Kinnara? Who are you? You look very, very different. So, who are you? You don't look like the normal people around in Lanka. And moreover, you're lamenting and you're sighing continuously. It appears that you are not an ordinary woman at the same time. You have all the royal symbols on your body. According to all these different indications that I see on your body, I think you must be someone very, very divine. Seeing your bodily characteristics, I think you must be a queen of an emperor or a daughter of a king. So please tell me who you are. And there is no response because she's very confused. First and foremost thing, she doesn't even understand if this is true. She's very confused. She's thinking she's in the middle of a dream. So that is when he says, Ravanena janasthanad balat aparhrita yadi Sita tvam asi bhadram te tanmama achakshava pritchata. If you are Sita, Ravanena Janasthanat Bhalat Apahrita Yadi, if you are that Sita who was forcibly taken by Ravan from Janasthan, O Sita, let fortune be unto you, Badram Te. If that Sita is you, then please tell me. I'm asking you with all humility, please tell me. Because after all, Hanuman, though he had guessed this is Sita, he wanted confirmation from her own mouth that it is indeed her. So, very, very humbly, with folded palms, he asked, if you are that Sita who was stolen by force by that Ravan in Janastan, please tell me. I'm asking you with all humility, let me know. Actually, according to your miserable state and the beautiful superhuman qualities of the body you have and the costumes that you're wearing indicates your austerity. Surely you appear to be Rama's wife. So when the Vanara spoke like this, Sita Devi was very, very delighted. Oh, he's telling about my Lord, and he seems to be quite clear in what he is asking. So, very happily, very delighted, she introduces herself. She says, Prithivyam Rajasimhanam Mukyasya Viditatmana Snusha Dhasharatasyaaham Shatru Shainya Pratapita. She says, I am the daughter-in-law of Dhasharath. So she says, Snusha Dhasharatasyaaham Shatru Sainya Pratapinaha. So she's telling, I am the daughter-in-law of Dasharath Maharaj, who is a great king. He understands the nature of the spirit and the body, and he torments the army of the advisory. This is his nature. So again, the commentators mention when Ravana had kidnapped her, Ravana also came in the guise of a sannyasi and he asked many questions to Sita, asking her identity. When Sita was revealing her identity, at that time, the first thing she says when she introduces herself is, I am the daughter of Janaka. Okay, so now the commentators are telling, now she's thinking maybe, to be on the safe side, it is always better to indicate and introduce myself from my husband's side. Okay, I am so and so's daughter in law, and I am the wife of so and so. And of course, she also says that she is the daughter of Janaka. So now she's changed the way she's introducing herself in front of Hanuman when Hanuman questions her and she says, I am the daughter in law of Dashrath Maharaj, and of course, I am the daughter of the noble minded Janaka, the king of Videha kingdom. And she tells her entire story. She tells how she stayed for 12 years in the kingdom along with her husband Ram, and then how Ram was banished, and then she was kidnapped by Ravan, and now Ravana has given her a 2 months mandate. So then Hanuman says, Aham Ramasya Samdeshat Devi Dutatavagata Vaidehi Kushali Rama Tvamcha Kaushalam Abravit. So now Hanuman, after she introduces herself and tells her entire story, he says, O Sita, you are indeed the king of the Videha kingdom. You are Janaki. I have come here as your messenger on Lord Ram's directions. I was sent by Ram to see you. Lord Rama has inquired your welfare. Aham Ramasya Sandeshat Devi Duta Tava Agata. O Devi, I am the Duta of Ramasya Sandesha, of Rama's message, and I have come here, O Vaidehi. And Rama is fine. He is also seeking your welfare. Kushali Rama Tvam cha Kushalam Abravit. He is also asking your welfare if you are fine. And then he says, Rama and Lakshman, both of them are doing well and they're inquiring about your welfare. So, hearing this, Sita was very, very thrilled. And she says at that time, oh, I'm so happy to hear this, that really a messenger from Ram has come. The happiness feels like as if a person has heard that he has a life of 100 years. That is the kind of happiness that I am feeling now. So then, seeing Sita very, very happy like this, Hanuman, he slowly drew close. And as he was coming close, Sita began to suspect him as Ravana because already Ravana had taken a different form and approached her. He had taken the form of a bhikshu, of a sannyasi, and he came close. So now Sita was scared. What if Ravana is the one who's coming like this to allure me? So she got a little scared and she said, hey, look, if you are Ravan and you're just trying to bring me more grief, then please keep away. If you have come as Ram's messenger, then all good fortune unto you. Ram's stories and the entire Ramayana that you spoke was very pleasurable to me. So I want to know more about what is happening with Ram. गुणान् रामस्य कथया प्रियस्य मम वानर चित्तं हरसि मे सौम्य नदीकूलं यतारया. So she says, O monkey, narrate the qualities of Ram. O gentle one, you are simply, scratching my mind or eroding my mind like how a stream of river erodes the river bank. So I don't think this is a dream. I'm really seeing you like this in front of me. Actually, what if it is a dream? She's now trying to figure out if she's really talking to a monkey who spoke the Ramayana and who may be really, really a monkey Duta of Ram. So she's asking herself, is this real? Are you real? Or am I dreaming? And she's thinking in her mind, actually, to see a monkey in a dream is inauspicious. That is also one of the nimittas. If you see a monkey in a dream, that means something inauspicious is going to happen to you. And then suddenly she tells herself, no, 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 this cannot be a dream because I've not slept at all. I hardly sleep since I came here. I've never had good sleep. So this cannot be a dream. So, like that, she tells herself, and then Hanuman understands that she's really confused and she's worried. Then Hanuman, he begins to speak the different glories of Lord Ramachandra. So far, what happened? Hanuman, he actually came with the ring of Lord Ram. Now, Hanuman, practically what he could have done is he could have just showed the ring. But Hanuman was very intelligent. He did not show the ring first because Sita could immediately suspect that this ring was a figment of illusion because Ravan could create illusory objects. He was, after all, a Rakshasa. Or maybe some monkey would have just picked it up somewhere, a ring that would have fallen somewhere, and then he could have taken and come. So Hanuman didn't want to show the ring right away. First and foremost thing, he went step by step. The first thing that he noticed is that Sita was ready for suicide. So the first thing he wanted to do is protect her life. So he wanted to talk her out of that idea. And that is the first action that he had to do, and that's why he spoke the Ramayana. And because he spoke the Ramayana, Sita's life was saved. Now, the second thing he wanted to establish is that he is, in fact, the Duta of Ram. He introduces himself as the Duta of Ram, but still, Sita is very confused. She's not even sure if this person is Ravan or this is a monkey, because as he was coming close, she got scared and she said, "Are you Ravan? If you're Ravan, just get away from here. If you are really the Duta of Rama, then we can talk." And then she, at the same time, she's worried, is this really a dream? Am I seeing a monkey? If I'm seeing a monkey in the dream, then it's inauspicious. No, maybe I have not slept at all. So where's the question of dream? So this must be a real person. So if you are real and if you are really a Duta, I want you to explain everything about Rama. Tell me about all his characteristics. And that is when Hanuman, to console her and to win her confidence, next he begins telling all the characteristics of Ram to prove that indeed he is the messenger of Ram. So he says, Rama has a very great splendor. He's like the sun. He's descended in the Surya Vamsha, and he himself is the sun. He's like the sun. He's so pleasing. Though he's the sun, he doesn't scorch. He's very, very pleasing like the moon. And just like how Kuvera is the Lord of wealth, this Ramachandra, he's the Lord of the entire world. Just like Vishnu is renowned in the entire universe, similarly, Ramachandra is renowned and he's endowed with all valor. Ramachandra always speaks the truth. He's like Lord Brihaspati. He has a sweet voice. He's extremely handsome. He possesses all good fortune, royal dignity, and in fact, he's personified Manmatha. He looks so handsome. Ram gets anger only at the right time. And even if he gets angry, he knows how to control his anger. He strikes a person only at the right time. He's an excellent chariot warrior. He knows to mount on the chariot and fight. And then he's got strong arms. And it so happened that following an illusory deer, Ravana detracted Ram and took away you from that hermitage that you were staying in Chanastan. But however, very soon you will see the consequence that Ravan is going to face for the terrible act he did. He says Rama has very, very strong arms and he has strong arrows that he can release when he gets angry. And I have been sent as a messenger by that valorous Ram, and I have come to your presence on his instruction. And he says how Ram is completely in agony in absence of Sita. So he says Ram and Lakshman, they have great splendor, and Lakshman is also very, very similar to Lord Ramachandra in his looks and beauty. Both of them are inquiring your welfare. And in fact, there is a Vanara by the name Sugriva, and he's a companion of Ram, and he's also asking about your welfare. And then he says, Rama, together with Sugriva and Lakshman, is always thinking of you. Oh, Sita, they are always in the thoughts of you to retrieve you. So somehow they are waiting to see you. And unfortunately, now you are under the control of all these demonesses. But don't worry, within a few days, you will see how Ram and the mighty Lakshman and this great Sugriva will come with crores and crores of monkey to retrieve you. And he says, I am also a Vanara and I am the minister of Sugriva. My name is Hanuman. I came to the city traversing the great ocean. I asserted my strength. I put down my feet over the head of Lanka, and I'm here to chastise that evil-minded Ravana. So, O Princess Sita Devi, don't think that I am Ravana. Please give up your suspicion and believe me as I am telling it to you. So, like this, hearing that narration about Ram, his qualities, Sita was very, very convinced. And then she started to continue to find out more information from Hanuman. So she said, Kvate Ramena Samsarga Katam Janasi Lakshmanam Vanaranam Naranam Cha Katamasit Samasgama. So this is a very pertinent question she asks. And whatever question Sita asks is not something random. Every question has a meaning. So now she asked to describe the qualities or the characteristics of Ram to get assurance that this is definitely Ramaduta. But then she was very curious when Hanuman was narrating that he's a Vanara and he was the minister of Sugriva. Ramachandra came and he made friendship with Sugriva and all that. When she heard all this, she had a question, and this question is not some random question. Specifically, she's asking. She asks, Kvate Ramena Samsarga Katam Janasi Lakshmanam Vanaranam Nrinam Cha Katamasit Samagama. How come the Vanaras and the Nrinams, Narams, sorry, which is the Lakshman and Hanuman, how come, Lakshman and Ramachandra, how did the Vanaras and the Naras have this connection? Khatam Asit Samagama. How did the union between the Vanaras and men arise? Now, it may appear to be a silly question because on the surface, if you see, Sita herself has seen how Ramachandra made friendship with so many different kinds of personalities. He made friendship with Guha. He made friendship with even some, like the bird Jatayu. Like that, Ramachandra was quite friendly with everybody. And if we know it, obviously Sita also knows it. So there is no surprise in this. Why should Sita ask this specific question? The reason Sita asks this specific question, our acharyas are explaining, is because Ramachandra doesn't give mercy or shelter to anybody without the recommendation and permission of Sita Devi. So she's asking, I have not seen you, and how come my Lord gave his friendship to you without my consent? So she's asking that question. That is the inner meaning of the question she is asking. So if it was us, we would think, what kind of question? Of course, Ram is very friendly to everyone. Don't you know? We would have said. But then Hanuman understood the undercurrent of that question. So Hanuman was smiling. But before that, she had another question before he could answer this question. She said, Oh, Hanuman, tell me more. What are the exact characteristics, the physical features of Ram and Lakshman? Tell me everything so that I don't get upset again or I don't get cheated again, because she really wanted to confirm this is a messenger. So she asks, of what kind does he look? What is their appearance like? What is the appearance of Ram? What is the appearance of Lakshman? How is their form? How are their thighs? How are their arms? Like that, she specifically asks, describe him anga by anga, little body, every bodily part you have to describe perfectly to me. So all this while the characteristics of Ram was told. But then Sita Devi is thinking, yeah, characteristics, many people must have heard about Ram. Ram is like this, Ram is like that. But if you have really seen Ram, tell me anga by anga how he looks. So two questions she's asked. How did the union between the Vanaras and Naras happen? Okay, because she was very doubtful. Without my mercy, without my permission, the Lord, he doesn't even give mercy. Where is the question of having friendship? So that is her question. And the second question is, I mean, you see Ram. If you have really seen Ram and if you're really a messenger of Ram, describe Ram top to bottom to me. So he begins his description very beautifully. This is again commented by the Acharyas. Very, very beautifully, Hanuman says, Rama Kamalapatraksha Sarvabhuta Manoharaha Rupa Dakshinya Sampannaha Prasuto Janakatmaje. See, we all know Ramachandra's greatest devotee was Hanuman. And Hanuman was always in Dasya Rasa, right? So, a person in Dasya Rasa, if he's asked to describe his master, generally the thought will be that he will begin describing his master from his lotus feet. Correct? He'll begin with the lotus feet. His lotus feet are reddish. My mind is always fixed on the lotus feet. And then you will go slowly, gradually, the thighs, the waist, the chest, and then the arms. And then you will come to the face. And then you'll talk about the beauty of the face and the beauty of the eyes. But here comes the epitome of Dhasya Rasa, Hanuman. And how does he begin the description? He says, Rama Kamala Patraksha Sarvabhuta Manoratha Manohara Rupa Dhakshanya Sampannaha Prasuto Janakatmaje. So he says, Hey Janakatmaja, daughter of Janaka, Rama has eyes resembling that of lotus petals. He's very, very handsome. He can attract the hearts of all living beings. And he's endowed with grace and dexterity even from birth. So he says this. He's Manohara. He can just steal the hearts of people. Dhrupa Dakshinya Sampannaha. So, like this, he's describing the beauty of Ram. Now, why did he start with Kamalapatraksha? Again, the Acharya mentions only a person who has received the mercy of the Lord by his glance, by the glance of the Lord. Such a person can actually describe the beauty of the lotus like eyes of the Lord. So, if he is directly describing the Lord as Kamalapatraksha, that means this Hanuman has received the glance, the merciful glance of Lord Ramachandra. That's why he's able to start the description with Kamalapatraksha. So that is Sita's conclusion. Sita is the listener here. And she's watching what kind of words he's using. And the minute she heard Rama Kamalapatraksha, she could understand, okay, my Lord has really given his mercy to this Vanara. He has really, really blessed him. He has given his sidelong glance and purified him and blessed him. So therefore, this person must be real. He must be a real messenger. Hanuman continues, he is equal to the sun in splendor. He's like the earth in endurance and Brahaspati in intelligence and Indradev in the fame that he has. Ram is the tormentor of all his enemies. He protects all the three worlds. He protects his people. And in fact, he's the follower of Dharma. He says, Hey Sita, Ram is the protector of the four castes of the world. He protects Varna and Ashram. He follows righteousness. He's respected by everybody and he's endowed in the vow of chastity. So he's telling not only, we always talk about a woman's chastity, right? Always. But then here comes Ramachandra, who was very, very chaste to Sita Devi. So he says he's established in a vow of chastity. He didn't even think of another woman. He knows how to do good to all people. He knows how to act and the consequences of his action, and he's very well trained in scriptures. Again, he continues to say, Ram has broad shoulders. He's very, very long-armed, Ajanubahu. He has a conch shell-like neck, that is 3 lines on his neck. He has nice hidden collarbone. Sometimes collarbone can be like very bony, but he has a hidden collarbone. He has beautiful reddish, compassionate eyes. His fame is heard by many, many people. Many, many people know about the beauty of Ram. His voice is like the sound of a kettle drum. He has resplendent, shining skin. He's square built, meaning he's nice, he's broad shouldered. His limbs are built very symmetrically. He's got a dark complexion, Shyama complexion. He's forever firm in the three limbs. His breasts are firm, his waist is firm, and his fist is firm. Long are three. The breast, again, the breast, waist, and fist. Again, his eyebrows, arms, and soles are uniform. His locks, testicle, knees are elevated. Like that, he gives different descriptions of Ram. His breast, rim of his navel, and lower abdomen is nice and jutting out. He's coppery in his palms and soles, that means reddish palms and soles. Then he's got lines on his soles, and he's always deep in three, that is his voice, his gait, and his navel. He has three folds of skin on his neck and belly. He's depressed in three places, which is the middle of the soles, the lines on his soles, and the nipples. He's undersized in four places, which is the neck, the virile, the back, and the shanks. So like that, lots of description he gives. He's endowed with three spiral hairs in the head. He has four lines in the root of his thumb. He has four lines on his forehead. He is 4 cubits height, which is 96 inches, which is 8 foot. He has four pairs of limb that are matched, which is the cheeks, arms, shanks, and knees. He has 14 pairs of other limbs like the eyebrows, nostril, eyes, ears, lips, nipples, elbow, wrists, knees, testicles, loins, hands, feet, and thighs that are properly matched. He has four large teeth at both ends of his upper and lower jaws that are sharp. He walks in four gaits, resembling the walk of a lion, tiger, elephant, and bull. He's endowed with beautiful lips, chin, and nose. He has 5 glossy limbs: the hair, the eyes, the teeth, skin, and the soles. He has 8 long limbs, which are arms, fingers, toes, eyes, and ears, thighs, and shanks. Rama has 10 lotus like limbs. What all looks like a lotus in Rama's body? His countenance, that is his face, the mouth, the eyes, the tongue, lips, palate, breasts, nails, hands, and feet. He has 10 ample limbs: the chest, the head, the forehead, the neck, the arms, the heart, the mouth, the feet, back, and the ears. So, like that, he goes on to describe. He's spread very thorough by, I mean, he's got very great splendor. He's renowned in the world, and he's very, very glorious. He's doubly pure because of his mother and father's side. He comes from a great family. He's elevated in 6 limbs. Again, he says flanks, the abdomen, breast, nose, shoulders, and forehead. He is small, thin, fine, or sharp in 9 items: the hair, the mustaches, the beard, the nails, the hair on the body, the skin, the finger joints, the membrum virile, the acumen and perception. He pursues religious merit, worldly riches, and the sensuous delight in 3 periods: in the forenoon, midday, and afternoon, which means he does dharma, artha, kama, moksha limitedly. It's not like he is after anything too much. So, like this, he gives a huge description of the beauty of Ram, how his body is structured, where he's got lines on his body, which parts are jutting out, which part are inside and somewhat like curved. So like that, a lot of descriptions are there. And if you see anything, whether it is the description of Ramachandra or Krishna or Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, they are all very similar. So these are all the marks of a great personality. Even when we read the life of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, when Nilambar Chakravarti, he comes and he gives the description, he sees the child and he says all these that we just spoke of. And he says, this is the Nyagrota, I forget the exact terminology. It's called Nyagrota Parimandala or something. So that is the personality who has all these particular marks. And these marks, many of them are marks of a great person who's equivalent to Vishnu. So basically, that's what he finds out. So anyhow, now Hanuman has given this great detailed description. And then finally he says, his brother Lakshman, who was born of Ram's stepmother, also looks exactly like Ram in appearance, but of course their color is different. And he's very, very affectionate to Ram in all respects. So he says, Ram and Lakshman, searching for you they came to Rishyamukha Parvat, and there they met Sugriva. Now he's giving details. Why? Because she had two questions. One is you describe him top to bottom, and he did that exact identification of Ram. Now, what about the other question? She had another question. How did the Sangamam between the Nara and Vanara happen? How did they meet? So for that, Hanuman begins to describe. He says, I told you, right? Ram and Lakshman, they were searching for you. So when they were searching for you, they came to this Rishyamukha Parvat, and there was Sugriva. It was me who went and received them and put them on my shoulders, and I climbed up the Rishyamukha Parvat and then introduced Sugriva to Ram and Lakshman. Then Sugriva went inside the cave, and he brought a little piece of cloth in which many of your ornaments were tied. The ornaments that adorned your body, were tied, and they were dropped on top of the Rishyamukha Parvat, and we were the ones who was watching you, because four monkeys, four or five vanaras were standing on top of Rishyamukha Parvat, and they were shocked to see Ravan take away a woman, and that woman actually dropped a cloth tied with jewels. So now he says, you already gave your mercy. So basically, the connection between you and us was already formed. You already gave your sidelong glance, and you dropped this as a part of your mercy. So we received that mercy already, and that is how actually Ramachandra and the monkeys got the connection. It is not that we became friends without your mercy. Your mercy was already given. The minute you dropped that parcel on earth and we picked it up, immediately we showed those ornaments. I mean, after Ramachandra had come, and he was talking about the loss of his wife, we went inside, Sugriv went inside the cave, and he took that little potli where all the ornaments were tied, and he showed it to Ram, and Ram identified the ornaments, and he cried again and again. These ornaments, they ignited the fire of grief in Ram. For your sake, Ram has not been sleeping at all. He's suffering insomnia. He is very, very aggrieved, and he's worried, and he's tormenting himself day in and day out. It is like as if he's living in a burning house. Ram will soon come, O Sita. He will come, and he'll kill Ravan along with Ravan's friends and relatives, and he'll take you back. Then he says, the Vanaras, after receiving the command from Sugriva, first and foremost thing, they received permission from you and mercy from you. Then only they made friendship with Ram. Then Sugriva, after making friendship with Ram, he gave command to all the Vanaras to search the entire world. And we, the southern army, we came to Lanka. So like this, he explains everything. Then he says, for your sake, I crossed the ocean. I came here, and finally I found you in this Ashoka Vatika. So he says, oh faultless princess, oh great princess, I told you all that occurred. I am the messenger of Ram. So you can very, very boldly talk to me. I can change my form at will. And desiring to find out where you live, I was wandering throughout when I came in the southern direction. And now, Sita, I have described the different qualities of Ram, who's your husband. You can now trust me. And Ram will definitely come soon, and he will take you out of this place in a very, very short time. So when Sita heard all this, she was so happy. The kind of delight that she acquired hearing these words of Hanuman was unexplainable. She released and she shed continuous tears of joy from her eyes. And Hanuman, he was happy that he could induce some confidence in Sita, and he continued to speak. So Hanuman now, with very lot of humility and modesty, Hanuman began to say these words to Sita. He said, वानरोऽहं महाभागे दूतो रामस्य धीमतः रामनाम अंकितं च idam pashya devi anguliyakam. So now he gives the anguliyakam. That is the ring. So now he has established himself as the messenger, Ramaduta. And Sita has now started believing him, because all this while Sita was in two minds. Is this Ravan? Or is this really some messenger? So now Sita won the confidence of, Hanuman won the confidence of Sita. So now Hanuman thought this is the best time to show her the ring and reconfirm that I am Ramaduta. So he says, Vanaro aham mahabhage duto ramasya dhimataha. O Mahabhaga, O fortunate lady, I am the Vanara who is the Duta of Sri Rama. Rama nama ankitam cha idam pashya. O lady, see this. This is the Rama nama ankita anguliyakam. That is, this is the ring that has the Rama nama on it. And that is definitely your husband's ring. So she says, oh, illustrious lady, I am a Vanara and I'm the messenger of Ramachandra. Oh, princess, look at this ring that is marked with Ram's name. I was given this ring so that you can identify me as the messenger of Ram. I brought this ring on the order of Ram for the purpose of gaining your confidence. So get consoled now. Let all happiness be unto you. You are now free from grief. So be happy now, Ram is coming. So very happily she picked the ring, like it shows in the picture. She picked the ring, she looked at the ring. Now this is all our acharyas. They come up with this beautiful exchange between Sita and the ring. So they say she picked the ring, she looked at the ring, she kept looking at the ring, and she kept looking at the ring, and she focused her mind on that beautiful ring. And from that Ram and Nam, slowly, 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 fingers appeared. Then from those fingers, a hand appeared. From the hand, Lord Ramachandra's chest appeared. Then the entire body of Ram actually manifested. From Rama, Rupa manifested in the hands of Sita, and Sita felt the tight embrace of Lord Ramachandra. She was so delighted. This was the happiest moment in a very long time for Sita Devi. Her eyes were filled with tears and she wanted to glorify Hanuman in various ways. So she said, Vikrantahatvam samartahatvam prajnatvam vanarottama yena idam rakshasapadam tvaya ekena pradishtitam. So again, this is commented that generally there is a conception of Panchamukha Hanuman. Many people must have heard about this. It's not directly there in the Valmiki Ramayana. There is no pastime of Panchamukha Hanuman. But I think in many other retellings of Ramayana, there are this pastimes of Panchamukha Hanuman. Hanuman actually saves Sita Devi, or I don't know exactly the story, from the nether worlds or something, or maybe it is Ramachandra. I don't know the correct story actually, but there is Hanuman takes 5 faces, and even in the tantric sense, also worshippers they have these mantras for Panchamukhi Hanuman, and they also worship. Some people they do worship, but many of the worshippers they don't have the clear conception of Panchamukha Hanuman because they think they have an Advaita thought that Hanuman is non-different from Garuda, Narsimha, Hayagriva, and he's got Varaha, he's got that 5 faces, and all of them are Hanuman. But it's not like that, but it just means that Hanuman has the potency of these different deities. So she calls him Vikrantahatvam. Vikrantaha means, oh, you are very successful, Vikranta, like you're very very powerful, like whom, like Garuda, that is the indication. Samarthahatvam, you're very capable, like Narasimhadev. Like Narasimhadev, he took a special form just to cheat Hiranyakashipu. Prajnahatvam, yes, like Hayagriva is considered the bestower of the Vedas, so he's definitely the most intelligence, and all intelligence comes from Hayagriva. Then Vanarottama is the Hanuman face itself. And then ena idam rakshasa padam tvaya ekena pradashtitam. You are extremely you're able to be successful over your opponents like Varahadev. So like this, there is some extra comments, not necessarily from Govindarajya commentary, but then the later commentators they try to attribute this verse to be the root verse for the concept of Panchamukha Hanuman. And of course, in the Pancharatra and Agamas, there is also the description of Pancharatra Hanuman. So it is not completely rejected. At the same time, if someone is looking for a root verse that talks about Panchamukhi Hanuman, it should be this. This is the comment given by the later acharyas. So that's just a side note if anyone has that question. But as such, there are no pastimes or no such story where he takes the Panchamukhi form and he goes and saves or something like that, which could be in other retellings. We are not denying the retellings. We're just saying in Valmiki's, it is not there. So anyhow, so this was the words that Sita speaks in glorification of Hanuman. And then she says, hey, Hanuman, you're the best of all Vanaras. And somehow or the other, you have very single-handedly come into this Lanka that is overpowered with demons. You're so valiant, you're competent, and you are the most intelligent. You're valiant as Vikrantaha, you're competent as Samarthaha, and her intelligent as Prajna. So like this, she very nicely describes his capabilities. And yeah, she says, if Ramachandra is safe, I'm very curious, how come he's not yet angry? Because angry, he should be scorching the entire world with the oceans. Fire should be raising in this world. How come Ram is not perturbed? That I am not with him, and if he's still alive, and if he knows that I am missing, he should be so angry. Why is he not tormented with grief? What is he doing? What is he not? Why is he not annihilating his enemies? Is he getting some help? Is he getting some friends? Like this, Sita begins to ask in various ways, what is he doing? Why is he not, flaming this world? What is happening? What is he sitting there and doing? Basically, that's what she's asking. So then Hanuman says, oh, Sita Devi, Ram does not know that you are here. He doesn't know that you're in Lanka. For that reason, he did not come here to take you back. But soon, once I go and inform this information that you are here, Ram will definitely come. He will come with a huge army, with hundreds and thousands of monkeys and bears, and with a mind only devoted to you, because Ram's mind is always devoted to you, Sita Devi. With a mind that is devoted to you, he thinks only of you. So he will definitely come and he'll take all measures to take you back. Anidra satatam Rama suktopi cha naravuttama Siteti maduram vani vyaharan pratibudhyate. Ramachandra doesn't have any sleep. Anidraha satatam. Always he's sleepless. Even if that best of man sleeps, he keeps awake from time to time, uttering sweet words like, Hey Sita, Maduram Vanim, continuously, Siteti Maduram Vanim, continuously screaming out, Sita, where are you? Sita, Sita. He keeps calling out all night. When he happens to see a fruit or a flower or any other beautiful object, he immediately thinks of you and he says, Ha Priye, Ha Site, and he breathes a sigh. Ram is so magnanimous. He's always lamenting, just thinking of you. Everything reminds him of you. He's always speaking about you. Anything he says, Hey, Sita, Sita, where are you? And he's so firm in his vow that he has taken to somehow or the other find you. He will definitely be delighted to hear that you are here. He still doesn't know this. When she heard this, she says to Hanuman, Oh, Hanuman, unfortunately, my destiny is irresistible. See how all of us are suffering. See how Ramachandra is suffering. See how Sita is suffering. And look at my own misfortune. Hanuman, the time limit given by Ravana for my survival is now only 2 months. 10 months are gone. I still have only 2 more months. So, this Ravana, he's not an easy person. It seems Sita has heard this, okay? So she says very clearly. Now, when Vibhishan, again, the same question is raised about how Vibhishan also surrendered to Ramachandra in the absence of Sita Devi. How did Ramachandra give shelter to Vibhishan? That question will be raised when we talk about Vibhishana Sharanagati. The answer is actually right here. That actually Sita has heard about the glory of Vibhishan. Sita says, even I heard from whom? I heard from a Rakshasi by the name Anala, just like how in the commentary we see Trijata was one of the daughters of Vibhishan. Directly in the Ramayana, another name of a daughter of Vibhishan is mentioned. Her name is Anala, and she is the eldest daughter of Vibhishan. And Sita Devi is telling the eldest daughter of Vibhishan told me personally this. She told me that her father Vibhishan tried to tell Ram in various ways, advise him in various ways that I should be given back to Ram, but this Ravan did not listen. Even Vibhishan's wife, Sharama, who's the mother of Anala, they both have informed me this. She was sent personally by her mother to tell me about this, that her husband is trying again and again to ensure that Ravan gives back Sita, but Ravan is not listening at all. So Ravan is not an easy person, is what Sita is trying to explain. Then Hanuman said, don't worry. As soon as Ram hears my words, he will come with a huge army full of monkeys and bears, and we will defeat that Ravan and we will ensure that you are united with your Lord. अथवा मोचयिष्यामि तामाद्य एव हि राक्षसात् अस्मात् दुःखात् उपारोह मम पृष्ठम् अनिन्दिते. Hanuman says, hey Sita with a charming face, I will really, if you think it is too late because you're telling that Ravana has given you only 2 months' time and he's not an easy person, and you have to wait for me to go and tell the message to Ram and bring Ram with the entire army and then kill Ravan and then take you. So if you think this is too much, I can relieve you from this grief right now. Athava means or else. Mochayishyami tam adya eva hi rakshasat. Today itself, adya, immediately, right now, I can relieve you from this terrible condition. Asma dukat. Uparoha mam prishtam manindate. You sit on my back, sit right on my back, and I will fly and I will take you to Ram. I have the capacity not just to carry you, I have the capacity to carry this Lanka along with Ravan also if needed. So he says like that. So he says, Sita, now this minute we can fly, we can go back and you can see Ram with Lakshman. Why are you waiting? I can take you from here. Nobody in Lanka is competent to give me a fight. I will do the task. I will take you on my back. So when Hanuman made this interesting offer, looking at the small size of Hanuman, because Hanuman was in a tiny size. So looking at the small size of Hanuman, Sita says, you're so tiny. This is all from actually the same thing as the Ramayana, but rephrased by Guru Maharaj. So I'm just going to say like him. So Sita says, oh, you're so tiny. How are you going to take me? Then Hanuman said, oh, what do you think? I'm Vayuputra. I can show you how big I am. So he assumes a huge, gigantic form so as to inspire confidence in Sita. Then Sita says, no, 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 it's not possible. And she gives various other reasons. She says, see, I will not touch another man. But does that sound like a good reason? Sita saying that I will not touch another man, that too to Hanuman, because Sita is Jagannatha. She is the mother of the entire universe, and Hanuman is like the son of Sita. So this reason is also not good. So the first reason she says is you're too tiny. But then Hanuman, he says, no, 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 I can take a gigantic form, and he shows a huge rupa. But then Sita says, no, that's not possible. She says that, look, I won't even touch another man. And then he says, he's not very convinced because he knows he's like the son for Sita. Then Sita says, see, what if you are crossing the ocean with me and I'm on your back? This Ravan is not going to keep quiet, seeing you take me away. He will come, he will send his forces, and you'll have to put me down to fight with them. So again, I will be lost. But then this is also not a good reason because everybody knows how capable Hanuman is. Hanuman can fight with hundreds and thousands of Rakshasas without putting down Sita. Then Sita says, what if seeing the vastness of the ocean beneath me while you're carrying me on your back, I faint and I fall down to the ocean? But then Hanuman is not convinced because Sita is no ordinary woman. She's not going to get scared looking at the ocean and fall down into the ocean. So, like the Sita and Hanuman, they go back and forth talking about different options. Hanuman is giving different options, and Sita is saying, no, this will happen, that will happen. I cannot come. I will fall down. You will put me down. So, like this, she goes on, and finally, she tells the real reason. She says, यदि रामो दशग्रीवम् इह हत्वा स राक्षसं मामितो गृह्य गच्छेत तत्तस्य सदृशं भवेत्. If Ram kills Ravana here along with his relatives and departs taking me from here, it will be proper for him. So that is the real mark of respect for Ram, for him to come and take me back. Otherwise, what will the world say? A Rakshasa took away Sita and a monkey took her back, brought her back. That is what the world will say. He is my husband. He has to come. He has to cross the ocean. He has to kill this Rakshasa and retrieve me and take me back. So she says, oh, excellent Vanara. Very soon you go now and bring back my husband along with Lakshman and the chiefs of army. I am emaciated with grief about thinking about Ram for so long. Now you can take this task on your head and make me joyful very soon. So then Hanuman says, Sita, yes, whatever you spoke is 100% right. It is very befitting you. You have the correct nature of a woman in humility and being very, very chaste. Oh, princess, I will go. I'm completely capable of going by myself. I mean, informing Ram all that you have done, how I have seen you, the condition that you are in, and what all you have spoken in front of me. I only offer to take you because of intense devotion that I have for you and the affection I have for both of you, and I don't have any other motive. Actually, here Hanuman, the commentators are telling Hanuman had another motive also, why he kept telling Sita, I will take you if needed. The reason is Hanuman was scared. She tried to suicide already, right? So he was scared. Now, what if she does something? So that's why Hanuman makes this offer. So he says, I spoke because of the inaccessibility nature of Lanka. The great ocean is so difficult to be crossed. That's why I thought all this is a heavy task. So rather I can take you. But then if you're not willing to go with me, you just give me a token of remembrance that I can show Ram and Ram can recognize. Just like how Ram gave the ring, you also give something so that I can confirm to Ram that I have seen you. Because all this while the confirmation was he is Ramaduta. So all the confirmation came from Ram's side. Now that I have seen you, I have to prove that now I have become a devotee. Actually, this is sweet. Okay, this comes later at the end of Sundara Kanda. The one who went as Ramaduta came back as Rama Bhakta after seeing Sita, actually. So anyway, so he says that you give me a token of remembrance, and that way Ramchandra can recognize you. So then Sita, she begins narrating a story. Actually, that's the first thing she does. She narrates a story, a very private story that happened between Sita and Ram once, which nobody knew except the two of them and the person involved in that story, which is the crow. So she tells a very personal story that happened at the end of Ayodhya Kanda. At the end of Ayodhya Kand, at that time the story happened. So she narrates the story like as if she's talking to her husband. Go and tell him this message verbatim. Dear husband, O Pati, while we were residing with the sages in Chitrakoot, Chitrakoot was the last place, and then they moved later to the forest of Dandakaranya, right? So this was the last place in Ayodhya Kand. So when they were residing in Chitrakoot, one day there was a crow, and that crow wanted to eat some flesh, and it tried to come and peck Sita Devi. So Sita, she picked some clay, some a clod of earth, basically, a fist of earth, and she started to throw, just like you pick some mud and you throw and shoo away a bird. So she picked up some mud and she threw it on the bird and she tried to shoo him away. But then the bird kept coming back. And what was Ramachandra doing that time? He was sleeping on Sita Devi's arms. But then this bird kept coming back again and again, and it was pecking Sita, and it was hiding and it was coming back. Again and again, Sita was trying to shoo that bird, but the bird would come back. Somehow or the other, the same crow appeared there. And descending all of a sudden, at one point, the crow pecked and tore my flesh at the space between the breasts. And it started gushing out blood. And Ramachandra got wet by the discharge of drops of blood, and he was woken up. And Ramachandra just got up and he saw so much blood everywhere. and he saw that I was pierced violently on the breast, and he got extremely angry. And he looked around and he found the crow. And he found that the sharp claws and the beak of the crow was moistened with blood, and that crow was standing right in front of me. That crow was actually the son of Indra. Ramachandra got so angry that he picked a blade of kusha grass from his bed and he chanted the Brahmastra mantra and converted that blade of grass into Brahmastra. It's called Aishika. That means when you chant a mantra and convert grass into a weapon, that it is possible by suitable mantras. So he converted that blade of grass into Brahmastra and he shot that grass towards the bird. That blade of grass, resembling fire that is capable of destroying the entire world, started chasing the bird. And as Ram threw that kusha grass towards the crow, the blade of grass was chasing him everywhere in the sky. He went to so many different places. This crow, trying to seek protection, he roamed all over the world, just like Durvasa Muni, right? So he started roaming the three worlds, and finally he went to his father Indra. But he was abandoned by his father Indra also. Indra said, I can't do anything. Then he went to the different sages. He went to the higher planets. He tried to take shelter with different demigods. But then nobody was able to save that crow. Then finally that crow came all the way back and fell near the lotus feet of Ram. Actually, Sita Devi here, she says that Ram who affords protection, Ram who Sharanagata Vatsala, he was very compassionate and he protected that crow that fell on the ground seeking protection, even though he must have been killed. Now, actually, this is how Sita narrates the story. But our Acharya say it is not like that. They say there also she only deserves credit. Why? When the crow came, the crow was so, had such a bad attitude that the crow, with its 2 feet, it was standing on the leg of Ram. It was not bowing down and falling on the leg of Ram. It was standing looking at Ram, going all over the universe. It had roamed and it came and it didn't fall down in humility at the feet of Ram, bowing its head. But then it was Sita Devi who nudged that crow and made his head bow down. The minute the head bowed down, at that time Ramachandra gave protection and spared the crow. But then he had already invoked the Brahmastra. The Brahmastra cannot go waste. So he asked the crow, what should I do now? Now I have to give you shelter because you came to my lotus feet, that too recommended by Sita Devi. So what should I do now? Then the crow said, you shoot that arrow on my right eye. When that blade of kusha grass went to the right eye and took the right eye of the crow. That's why we say crows have side vision. The crows don't have, they can see only one side at a time. That's why you see the crows, they turn their head like that. They have side vision because one eye, like only one direction they can see like that. We have more like what do you call it? Convex, concave, I don't know. We have a more wider vision than crows, basically. Okay. So after offering obeisances to Rama, that crow returned to his own abode. So please go and tell the story to Ram, O Lord of Earth. For my sake, you hurled a Brahmastra. You created a blade of grass into a Brahmastra and you shot it. Then why are you being so silent when a Rakshasa has abducted me and he has taken me away from you? Just because a crow came and pecked me, you were ready to kill that crow, creating a Brahmastra. Now a Rakshasa has physically taken me away, and still you're keeping quiet, not hurling any weapons at him? Come here soon, hurl weapons at him and take me back. So now Hanuman, he heard this and he consoled Sita and he tell, what else do you want to express to Ram or Sita or even to Sugriva? So then Sita Devi said, O Hanuman, on my behalf, you offer my salutations, offer my obeisances to Rama, ask him his welfare. Also ask about Lakshmana and she begins glorifying Lakshmana in various ways. She says, Lakshmana, he gave up all the comforts of the kingdom and he came with his brother just to serve him. That Lakshmana, on the day that was kidnapped, he didn't even know that I was kidnapped. On my pressurizing, he went with Ram. I don't even know if they met. He doesn't know anything about this. Lakshmana is so great. He serves his elders. He possesses all splendor. He's very capable, but he will not talk much. He simply carries out the order of his brother without hesitation. Specifically ask Lakshman if he's doing well. Why? Because she's feeling so bad. She's feeling very bad. She sent away Lakshman saying harsh words. So she tells, Oh Hanuman, please tell Ram that I will hold my life only for 1 month. I cannot survive for more than a month. Ravana gave limit of 2 months. Sita is giving herself limit 1 month. Hanuman was relieved. Why he was relieved? Okay, she won't suicide for 1 month, but within 1 month, I will go, I will bring Ram, we will destroy this entire army of Rakshasas, and we will retrieve Sita. Now Hanuman started having confidence. Then Sita, she untied a beautiful bright jewel that she had tied in her sari. Actually, she had tied it up. And this explanation will come later why she had to hide it and tie it. We'll find that later. Rama talks about it later. Okay. So she tied it in her garment, and this jewel is the Chudamani, and she gives it to Hanuman. And she tells Hanuman, You please take this. You tell about the story of this crow. You also give this jewel to Ramachandra. So receiving that jewel, actually at this time again, Hanuman had taken a tiny form. He showed that huge form, but then he took a tiny form again. So with his little finger, monkey finger, little tiny monkey finger, he put the chudamani. The chudamani is like the chutti. What do you call that? I don't know in Hindi what you call it. So you wear it here. So it has a little hole through which you can tie a string and then tie it to the head. So in that little tiny hole, he put his little finger and he took the jewel. That's how Valmiki describes. He fitted it into his finger. He offers obeisances to Sita. He circumambulates her with all humility. And now he was mentally ready to meet Ram with the jewel. So Sita tells him, You're very capable of fulfilling any task, O Hanuman, and you will be the one who will remove all my misfortunes. And Hanuman's voice was choked with tears. Sita Devi's voice was choked with tears. And then Sita blesses Hanuman. She says, You are excellent. You're excellent. Ask about the welfare of Ram and Lakshman. Also ask the welfare about Sugriva and all the ministers and the senior monkeys and everybody. Also tell Ram about the incident of the crow. He will surely recollect. And I have one more incident to tell you too. She calls Hanuman and she tells one more incident. She says once in the forest when myself and Ram, we were walking. At that time, it so happened that my kumkum got erased. So Ramachandra, he got some, brick-like material, minerals, forest minerals. He that gives a red powder. He took that powder, he put a kumkum on my forehead, and he also applied it on my cheeks very playfully. So tell him this. This is also something very private between us. He will definitely know that you have met me. So then she again tells, request Ram and Lakshman to come and rescue me. Then suddenly Sita had a doubt. Okay, I'm telling all this, and you came in with so much difficulty. You yourself are telling that Lanka is so heavily guarded, and it appears that only yourself, Garuda, and Vayudev can enter this Lanka. Then how will the entire army come? How will they have a fight with the army of Rakshasas? Is this even doable? So she gets a little worried when she's thinking through the process. Is it really going to happen? Now I've given all the proof, but then how will they all come? You're telling you'll bring Vanaras and all, and you're saying this is Lanka so perfectly guarded. Can all of you really come? That's when Hanuman gives a very sweet answer out of great humility. He says, If I have come, all of them can surely come. This is very sweet. It doesn't mean that Hanuman is very weak, but he portrays himself to be very weak. And he says, After all, I'm a messenger. That means uh, it's just a general understanding. This is not true. Of course, it's not at all true about Hanuman, but out of his humility, he's telling, that what do you think? You think they can't come? They're all much stronger than me, and I am, after all, a messenger. Generally, all the valorous people in the army, they'll all be commander in chiefs and they'll be great warriors. They'll be in great positions. Only a person who cannot fight or who's not interested in fighting, he is the one who becomes a messenger. So I'm not so capable, but the rest of them are capable, and the proof is that I'm, after all, an ordinary messenger. This is how Hanuman speaks. Of course, it's the commentary of the Acharyas that he says it out of humility. So he says, I'm the weakest messenger, like that. If I have come, you think they can't come? They will come. Sita is very delighted in her heart hearing that answer. And she knows it's out of humility. Hanuman is telling that. But he assures her that actually all the Vanaras are very powerful. They can jump and they can walk and they can do all sorts of things. So she gives her his assurance again and again. And then Sita Devi wishes him a very happy journey and he gets mentally ready to leave. Now, Hanuman was very happy. He got the Chudamani, he got two stories, one story of the crow, one story of the Kumkum thing. So he was like, okay, with all this, definitely I can go and prove that I've seen Sita. So he decided to take leave of Sita, but then he traveled a little distance and he thought for himself, see, I have seen this beautiful black-eyed Sita, but there is a little more that I need to do. So it is said that there are three kinds of servants, right? Once the lowest rung, the Kanishta servant, is one who, even after given instruction by his master, doesn't carry out the task properly. The second one the Madhyama, will carry out the task given by his master to the point. But the Uttama servant is the one who will go above and beyond the task assigned and please his master. So that was our Hanuman. So Hanuman wanted to do extra service that is not contradictory to the given service. Sometimes we do extra service thinking that we are going to please our master, but it might not really please them. So we should do proper service that is pleasing, that is not contradictory to the instructions that are already given. So Hanuman started thinking to himself, I need to do something extra. And he thinks about the different strategies, Sama, Beda, Dana, Dhanda. You all know that, right? So, Sam, negotiation, Beda is to create some dissension. Dana is to give bribe. Danda is punishment. So he's thinking, see, with these Rakshasas, Sama, Beda, Dana is not possible. Why? Because negotiation, first of all, is not possible with these fellows. They don't even understand basic religious principles. Dhana, no, it's not possible. Already they have enough wealth. What dhan can I give the Rakshasa Ravan? Then this one, what is that? Beda. Already they are very proud, and it's not so easy to go and create Beda. It will take a lot of time. But Danda, yes, I can give them good punishment. So he wanted to punish them somehow. And he was thinking in his mind, not only that, I also need to meet Ravan because I should go and see him in person and find out his real strength. Then only I will leave Lanka. So Hanuman had already accomplished his mission. He had found Sita, but he wanted to do something more. So what did he do? He looked around and immediately he saw the Ashoka Vatika. So he thought, okay, this is the pride of the Rakshasas. The Rakshasas are so fond of the Ashoka Vatika. It is filled with so many trees and creepers that is so pleasing to the eye and the mind. This is like the Nandana gardens of Indra. So I will start destroying this Nandana garden so that Ravan will get provoked and finally I'll get an interview with Ravan. So he thinks like that, and then he thinks if I do that, if I start uprooting the trees and damaging this entire place, the message will go to Ravan and there will be a great fight, and then I can get an interview with him. So Hanuman started damaging all the trees and the ponds and all the little rocks and upraised hills and all that. He started pounding it and he started uprooting trees, and a huge devastation was caused. And when he started doing this, all the female demons, they got alerted because they were seeing a huge He took a big form at this time. We saw how Hanuman suddenly could take a big form, suddenly he could become small. So again, he took a big form and he started destroying everything. And some of the female demons, they went to Sita and they said, "Hey, we saw one monkey talking to you. It seems to be the same monkey. He has taken a big form and he's coming and destroying everything. You know him? What did he talk to you? Tell us." And then, meanwhile, some of the female demons, they ran to Ravana and they gave a report to Ravan. So when this set of female demons were initially asking Sita, "Do you know him? He came and he talked to you." Sita said, "I don't know. I don't know any monkey. Sorry. I don't know what you're talking about. I have no idea." And then some of the female monkeys, they went to Ravan and they reported to Ravan. They told, "Hey, our Ashoka Vatika, it is being destroyed by a huge monkey." And you know what, Ravan, that huge monkey went and spoke to Sita. They both spoke something. We saw it from a distance. And after speaking, he started doing this devastation. And they also tell Ravan that when we went and asked her, "What did that monkey talk to you? Why is he destroying things?" She says that she doesn't know anything about it. And you know what her answer was? She told us, "How do I know? It must be a demon like one of you. Maybe one of you have taken another new form like a huge Vanara and you're trying to destroy this place. Only one demon can recognize what another demon is doing. How do I know what a demon does? Only a serpent can recognize the feet of another serpent, and there's no doubt about it. In fact, by seeing him, even I also get frightened. Look at what all he's doing. Oh my God, he's picking trees and he's crushing trees. I don't know who he is. I think he must be a demon. He must be one among you who is able to take any form, and somehow he has come to this garden and he's destroying the garden." So then this is the answer that Sita Devi gave. They went and reported this to Ravana. Then the demonesses, they told Ravan, he could be anybody, Ravan. He could be the messenger of Indra or Kubera, or even he could be a messenger of Ram. And he's gone and he's destroyed all the places in Ashoka Vatika except one place, that is where that Sita was sitting under that Simshupa tree. Only that place is not being destroyed by him. Who knows why he didn't destroy only that place? Maybe he didn't destroy because he was tired by then. Or maybe he actually didn't destroy because Sita was sitting there. What is the use of talking about tiredness? It doesn't appear that Vanaral gets tired with anything. He's so destructive. He was destroying everything. So, except that Simshupa tree under which Sita was sitting, only that has been spared by him. I think he's doing it purposely because he only wants to protect Sita. So, hearing these words of all the female demons, Ravana got very angry. His eyes were spinning with anger. Tear drops, hot tears was flowing like drops of oil from Ravana's angry eyes. These were not tears of happiness or tears of joy. It was tears of anger. So he had tears of anger that was red hot. And Ravana, he started sending many, many demons. He called out to many demons who are called as the Kinkaras, the servants of Ravan. Actually, they were also very mighty demons. He called out to all of them and he called out to 80,000 Kinkaras who were strong. And all those Kinkaras, they all had huge bellies and tusks and horrible forms, and they had clubs and all sorts of weapons in their hands, and they were sent to that place. So they went all the way to the Ashoka Vatika, and from the entrance of the Ashoka Vatika, they all just gushed towards Hanuman, just like how locusts go. When there are a lot of these locusts, they just gush and they enter fire like that. They all just went inside like that to attack Hanuman. And seeing so many Kinkaras come, Hanuman was very happy. This is what he wanted. He wanted to fight with all of them. So he was very happy and he shouted, "Long live Rama and powerful Lakshmana. Ram ki jai, Lakshman ki jai. Long live my king Sugriva. Sugriva ki jai, jai Sugriva." And he said, "I am Hanuman and I am the destroyer of all these demons. I am the son of wind god. I am Ramaduta." And he started fighting with all these demons who were attacking him in all directions. He said, "I will not only kill you all, I will also annihilate this entire city of Lanka. And after paying my obeisances to Sita, I will go and tell this message to Ram and complete my task." So like this, he screams out, and so he's surrounded by all sides by all these terrible, terrible demons. And then Hanuman, he just went to the gateway. There's a huge gate in the entrance of the Ashok Vatika. He pulled a huge bar from that arched gate. Usually, you have these when you have iron rods supporting the gates. You might have seen in ancient times, it's like a bolt that goes through the gate. So he pulled that rod out and he used that as a weapon. Remember, in the entire Ramayana, you'll never find any of the Vanaras holding gadas. Like you see Hanuman giving pose with a gada. That comes later, maybe just for the sake of his devotees, maybe he gives that pose. But actually, in the Ramayana, he never uses a mace or a gada. But of course, he knows how to wield the gada, but he doesn't use it. Okay. So then he takes out that huge bar, and with that, he attacks all the Kinkaras, and all of them were killed single-handedly by Hanuman. So hearing that such a huge army of demons were killed, the news goes to Ravan, right? Everybody goes and tells the news to Ravan. All of them, every single one of them is killed. When Ravan hears this, he gets very, very angry. His eyes were hot and rolling, and he called a demon by the name Jambumali, who is the son of Prahashta, and he had great prowess and he was unconquerable in battle, and he was asked to go. So before Jambumali comes to Ashoka Vatika, let's see what else Hanuman does in the next class. Hare Krishna, I will stop here.
Hare Krishna, Mataji, Dandavad Pranam. So we stopped at a point now. The whole week, Hanuman will be destroying the Ashoka Vatika. Okay, thank you, Mataji. Thank you so much for the wonderful session. So, Mataji, one thing I missed, you said the wife of Vibhishan as
Sharama. Sarama is the wife of Vibhishan. The daughter is Anala. The eldest daughter is Anala.
it's Sarma or Sharma?
Sarama. Sarama.
Sarma, okay. Anala
Sarama.
and Trijata, right?
Anala, Trijata. Apparently, they have many daughters. Two are mentioned. Yeah.
Thank you, Mataji. Thank you. Yes, Parima Mataji, please go ahead.
Hare Krishna Mataji, what a wonderful class. I really wish the class could go on and on. It was so nice. Mataji, I missed this point that why did Mother Sita didn't want to go with Hanuman when he was ready to take? You mentioned one reason that she said that I don't want to touch a man. Then after that I missed. What was the reason?
She gave many reasons. First, she said, "You're so tiny. How are you going to
Yeah,
take?"
that I got. Yeah, okay.
He shows his huge form. Then
Hmm.
she says, "I will not touch another man." And then
Okay.
Hanuman smiles and says, "Okay, that is a good reason." But we know it's not a good reason.
Hmm.
Then she also says, "See, even if I decide to come with you, you're thinking that you're my son or whatever, even if I'm coming with you, what if you drop me down? Because you
Yeah,
might have to
okay.
fight with the demons if the
Hmm.
demons are chasing me." And then of course, Hanuman is capable of fighting with any number of demons without dropping Sita. But then finally Sita says, "What if I faint seeing the ocean?" Seeing the ocean while flying, right? I see down and I faint and I fall down into the ocean. I'm not able to hold on unto you and I fall off. And Hanuman is not convinced because he knows Sita is much more capable than this. Then finally she says, "No, all these are," she doesn't say it so explicitly, "all these are bogus reasons," but she says, the true reason, she finally says, is that I want my husband to come and prove and take me back. That is the glory of, that will be glorious for Ram.
Hmm.
The world should not say that, okay, Rakshasa took her away and a monkey retrieved her. No, Ram should come. That is his real glory. That is how she explains.
Okay. Yeah, that's true actually, Mataji. So nice. Thank you so much, Mataji. Can't wait for the next class. Such a wonderful narration. Thank you so much, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Mataji. Yeah, Praladananda Prabhu.
Dandavad Pranam Mataji.
Very well.
Very interesting Hanuman Katha. Hanumanji is very favorable to every one of us and is famous all over India. My question is, you mentioned that Valmiki is taking Mata Sita as a Jiva Tattva, right? This is what you
Oh,
mentioned.
No.
Huh.
Valmiki does. No, and she is not a Jiva Tattva. In the commentary, there is a lesson for us
Oh.
saying that Sita, you can imagine in this condition where Sita is an Ashoka Vatika, you can understand just like how a Jiva is trapped in
Okay.
this world. So she plays the role for us to understand. That's all, to understand this message. But very clearly they say Sita is not a Jiva, should not be confused to be a Jiva. But however, for us to learn a lesson, this Sundara Kanda teaches us this. That's all.
Okay, I just misunderstood that. Okay, so she's Mother Lakshmi, that's what.
Mother Lakshmi, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, thank you, Mother, for clearing.
Yeah. Thank you, Prabhu. Yes.
Anybody else has any question?
Okay.
Okay. So your Ramayana Katha is so absorbing and you yourself answer so many questions in between the class. So everybody is very much satisfied. Tushti, pushti.
All in one Ram Katha.
Thank you so much. Okay, Mataji, we are looking forward for next Monday.
Yeah. And I think we'll have 3 more sessions or 2 more sessions, I'm not sure. We are now in 42nd chapter.
Today,
So,
Mataji.
yeah, today is what session, Mataji?
4th session of Sundarkand.
And then we'll have 2 more sessions, Mataji, minimum.
Normally, every Kanda you are completing in 6 sessions.
6. Okay, great. Okay, I hope to complete this also in 6. But Yuddha Kanda is impossible in 6. It will take at least 16. So,
Sure, definitely.
let's see. Yeah. Okay.
So much for your association. We'll stop here. Let's pay obeisances. Vancha kalpatarubhishcha kripa sindhu bhaivaja patitanam pavanebhyo
Srimad Valmiki Ramayana ki jai. All glories to all the devotees. Hare Krishna.
Preethi Vilasini Mataji ki jai. Thank you so much, Mataji.
Jai. Thank you all.
Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna.